Hey, what's up guys, Rev here. So today we're going to go over some wild VTuber related drama. Two different stories involving VTubers from agencies. One is going to involve a VTuber from Holostars who made some recent comments on stream about the sexualization of fictional characters and is now receiving some heat for those comments. But we're going to start with the other story involving a VTuber named Riro Ron from the VTuber agency Idol. Now, she is under the magnifying glass right now for some reasons that are absolutely crazy. This is quite possibly the most eyebrow-raising termination we have seen in some time. Now, who is Riro Ron? Well, she is, of course, a VTuber from, or formerly from, the agency Idol. She is known for her streams, but also known for doing a lot of music, including some lolly voice covers of songs, which will be relevant to a later part of this video. Now, she retweeted the official announcement that is declaring her termination from this idol group. Now, the reaction to this has been huge. A lot of people are talking about this because the reasons listed for this termination are crazy. They paint a very wild picture. Now, let's look at the actual announcement itself. So it says, "Thank you for continued support of Idol and our talents. We'd like to inform you that as of November 28th, 2023, we have terminated our contract with the Idol Project star, talent Riro Ron. Regarding the actions of Riro Ron that led to this termination, it has been discovered through an internal investigation that Riro Ron has violated her contract and engaged in activities both dangerous and harmful to her own well-being as well as to the company. Through our investigation, we were able to confirm that Riro Ron violated her contract in the following ways." Now listen to this. Number 1, misuse of controlled substances during live stream performances. Number 2, soliciting fans during live streamed members' content for private offline meetings. Number 3, meeting with a fan in person and accepting gifts from said fan in the total value of thousands of dollars. And finally, conducting a secretive relationship with a member of the Idol management team who has also been terminated upon confirmation of these details. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she sounds kind of based, like she's having a fun time with this company, is she not? If these things are true, of course. Now, I want to point out a couple of things about these reasons listed. Number 1, we always look at VTuber agencies like Niji Sanji, for example. When they announce terminations of some of their livers, people are angry at those announcements because they're very vague. You know, they leave no detail. They'll basically say, well, we've terminated this VTuber because they violated their contractual obligations, and they'll leave it at that. And people are like, well, what happened? We want to know something. I think this is the other extreme. Like, this is too much detail. It's to the point where I think they're just adding some of these details in with the intent of humiliating her. Like, you don't need to go this deep. This paints a very inflammatory picture of what she was doing, and I think the only reason some of these details were included were to humiliate her. And we see some of these things. So let's pretend like everything in here is true, right? I think this whole part about controlled substances, I've seen this used to refer to things like alcohol, like she could have been drunk on stream, which is, I don't think a lot of people would have a big deal with that. But this part right here is interesting if true. But this part down here about conducting a secretive relationship with a member of the management team, yeah, if that's true, that's going to get you fired. Like, everyone knows you can't do that. But the reaction to this has been absolutely wild. People are really shocked at some of the details. And yeah, but this has led down a very interesting rabbit hole. People are now looking at some of her former streams, and they came across a section of a stream. I would play it, but it's part in ASMR, so it's kind of hard to hear some of it. But basically, she did a bit, or a supposed bit, where she was listing out requirements of a secret members meetup. And you had to pay a certain amount, and, there's requirements down here like don't be a minor, love the Riro, and be respectful, and blah, 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 blah. And this is top secret. And people thought at the time this was just a bit. But looking at the reasons number 2 and 3 for her termination, this sounds exactly like what she is listing off here in this stream. And a lot of people are saying, was this actually a joke or not? We're not really sure, but we'll get some more answers on that in a second. And also, adding to this whole thing, this was her last post on her official account with Idol. and this was made almost a full month ago, and she's basically apologizing for a joke that she made on stream and that she wasn't considering how it might be offensive to people. And a lot of people really can't even dig up the source of what the joke even was. And, you know, there's a whole lot of guesswork here as to what it is, but you can look at the replies. Like, the people are basically saying, like, nobody's offended, this is very confusing, and people are trying to lump this in with the termination announcement, and it's just adding more confusion to this. But we would get more layers here. So we have this account right here named Kyoresu, and this is an account that has made a lot of lolly covers of songs and music as well. And, you know, spoiler alerts, I'm going to break the magician's code here. This is the person responsible for Riro Ron, and they would make a statement on this personal account. They would say, I was as shocked to see the notice as you are. There is an insane amount of speculation going on, but unfortunately I can't clarify things because of an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. I wish I could talk about all of this publicly with pure honesty and actual transparency. I'll say one thing though, I am extremely disappointed and have nothing to apologize for. Thank you all for your patience during this time. I missed all of you as much as you missed me. We will be back soon. So some people are looking at this part right here about saying I have nothing to apologize for. Are they saying I did these things, but I don't have to apologize for them because I don't think they were wrong? Or are they saying that they didn't do these things in the first place? Well, we'll get some more clarification in this meme right here they posted afterwards. It's captioned, me after shooting heroin on stream and effing my managers and my fan. So I think it's becoming clear that she is denying these claims that they made in the termination notice. And that adds for a very interesting layer here, and where this goes from here, I don't know. And how will these NDAs apply? I also don't know, but this is a wild set of drama. And again, it seems like she is denying these claims. So, you know, take all of these things with a grain of salt from that termination letter earlier. But now we're going to move on to another set of drama that a lot of people are talking. It's going to involve a recent Holostars member named Crimson Ruse. He joined the Holostars latest generation pretty recently, and he is under fire for some comments he made during a recent Hardcore WoW stream where he talked about fictional characters. So let's play a clip from that.
Did I ever play Wakfu? Yeah, I played Wakfu. I played Dofus and Wakfu. Both are really great. I love the art style because I found it super unique, but I will say it was just a smidge hypersexualized. I look back on it now and I'm like, damn, that was hypersexualized. But I really watch Wakfu. I did. I think the show, much like the game, was at times a little too sexualized, especially considering it was, I'm pretty sure, all a bunch of kids in that show. Just remember they're fictional characters. I don't give a shit if they're fictional characters. I'm not sexualizing fictional children. Are you kidding me? What the hell does that mean to me?
So regarding these comments he made, I want to say a few things. I mean, number one, I think he's within his rights to not want to sexualize these characters. That's totally within his right. And he's allowed to have that opinion. And also note that he's not directly calling anyone a pedo over these things. But I would ask this dude to take a look around the room and realize where he is. He is a member of Hololive. His opinion and his viewpoint, is now public viewpoint of this stuff, directly conflicts with the behavior of half of his agency. And as with any situation where a VTuber talks about this sort of content, you have to ask yourself, what do you have to gain from talking about this? How will this benefit your streams and your community, or will it cause problems? And we're seeing the latter part of that. All it's doing is causing problems and people to dunk on not only him, but Holostars as well. And it's just not a good look. This doesn't do anything for his streams or his content. It just causes more issues. And as much as people were making fun of that clip, this next clip is what people are really laughing at on social media.
Boy, I think Bayonetta is an incredibly sexy character. But I don't like sexualization on characters that don't have a say in it, or it is used in some way to push them down or make them an object. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Do you understand what I mean when I say that?
Okay, so there's a lot of words there, but honestly, my response to this is going to be very quick and sweet. He is basically implying that fictional characters have to consent to being sexualized, which is an absolutely outrageous thing to say. Okay, this is something we see from your average auntie on Twitter, and he is rightfully being made fun of for these comments. Like, if the first part we looked at wasn't bad enough, this second part made him look like a joke. And again, what is this conversation doing for your streams or your career at Holostars? Absolutely nothing. In fact, it's actually making you look pretty bad, and it's causing a amount of strife in your community that you don't really need right now, especially when you're first starting off. But nonetheless, that is the 2 sets of drama that we looked at today. Some very spicy stuff indeed, but that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Please share all of your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.